Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another video. So I wanted to come on here to talk about TikTok because it looks like TikTok is in big trouble. Now, if you guys happen to not be aware of what I'm talking about and you haven't heard anything about this is a really big change that is happening to TikTok, and it really isn't a good change. So you guys are aware of how TikTok is just short videos, where typically people will post like 1 minute to 3 minute videos on that platform, and they're vertical videos. If you are a content creator, it's a great way to reach people and to start gaining a following. And if you guys are not aware, you can make money on TikTok because it's not really like YouTube where like I'll make this video right here and I cannot have like any copyrighted music in it, because if I do, I will get a copyright claim and I'll have my revenue taken away from me. TikTok is a little bit different, where essentially TikTok has these deals with these music companies, these distributors, these music labels to use their music on TikTok, and creators really don't have to worry about copyright on their platform when using these publishers' music for this reason. Now, being able to not have to worry about copyright and you can use these really popular tracks on your videos and still have your video monetized is really actually very cool. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because a lot of TikTok's music is about to get muted from the platform, because recently their deal with UMG, Universal Music Group, which is the music label for a lot of huge music stars like Taylor Swift, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar, UMG and TikTok weren't able to come to an agreement on a deal, so that means TikTok has to remove all UMG music. So essentially what that means is everybody who is with UMG, including one of my favorites, Kevin Parker, better known as Tame Impala, and other artists, will not be on TikTok anymore, at least not their music. TikTok has started losing music from UMG artists. As it stands, TikTok's license to use UMG's music expired on January 31st, but the publishers have not yet pulled all of the music or struck TikTok videos that have used them, though that process has started. So yeah, like it says right there, it looks like they had a deal that went for however long and it just expired on January 31st, and it looks like TikTok and UMG really couldn't come to an agreement on a deal, so this just has to happen. But at the same time, I don't understand why TikTok would let something like this happen, because a huge portion of your music and the huge music stars that are on your platform are from UMG. And on top of that, any existing music that was put on videos that people decided they wanted to use now has to be muted, meaning their whole video gets muted just because they have a song, and it fucks up the whole video essentially. UMG have begun removing select songs from their library of music, but that doesn't include fan edits for now. So if a song is remixed and credited to a fan, it'll still be available for now. I guess that's cool for now. Any pre-existing video that uses a song from a UMG artist, which includes Taylor Swift, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, The Weeknd, Harry Styles, and Billie Eilish, some of the most popular artists on TikTok, and if you think about it, in the world, will simply just be muted. Again, I don't really know how people are gonna like their TikToks just being muted because they happen to use like a Taylor Swift song or something in their TikTok. I feel like that's gonna piss a lot of people off, but hey, guys somehow couldn't come to a deal, which we're about to talk about why they weren't able to, and it's all TikTok's fault. Looks like we got a tweet here from Popbase, and they said UMG has officially started removing their artists' catalogs from TikTok. Official songs are no longer appearing for UMG artists under the Sounds tab, with the exception of fan-made edits. Yeah, honestly, what a shitty situation for all of the creators who have to deal with this, honestly, because I mean, if you use songs from UMG in your TikTok videos, they're all gonna get muted and you're not gonna be able to hear anything that the TikTok even says because you used a Taylor Swift song in the background. Anyways, moving on. UMG have accused TikTok of trying to bully them into taking a worse deal, in which UMG said, quote, "As our negotiations continued, TikTok attempted to bully us into accepting a deal worth less than the previous deal, far less than fair market value and not reflective of their exponential growth," they said. TikTok is fired back by claiming that UMG is putting their own greed above the interests of their artists and songwriters. Now, do I believe that TikTok attempted to bully them into accepting a deal worth less than the previous deal? I really don't know if I believe that one, because if you know anything about greedy UMG, you know that they'll do anything like this to make more money. Like, man, you can't even use 2 seconds of their music on your YouTube video or it will get claimed, and they take all the revenue. And I guess I do understand why they do stuff like this, but it's like, if I'm using 2 seconds of your music and it's covered under US fair use law, how come you get to keep all the money from my video when I used your content legally? Like, that's just one of the things that they do that I think, in my opinion, is pretty greedy. But besides how I feel about them, I'm really not surprised, and I sort of believe TikTok on this one, because TikTok definitely does need money to pay their creators and to grow their platform. And I mean, knowing UMG, like, they're not poor, and I know they want money from this deal, but it's like, bro, it's either you're thinking in the interests of your artists or yourself. itself, in which in this case it looks like they're thinking about themselves more than they're thinking about their artists. Because TikTok is a really big place to have your music, especially if you're a really big artist. So UMG just taking down the music from TikTok because they didn't reach an agreement with a deal because UMG was being too greedy is actually insane. And it's also really unfortunate because now creators can't use this music in their videos, and I know people are not going to be happy about this. Now, if we go a little bit deeper than just Dexerto's article on this, and we pull up the original letter from UMG themselves, they also talk about AI music in this letter, in which UMG claims, in our contract renewal discussions, we have been pressing them on 3 critical issues: appropriate compensation for our artists and songwriters, protecting human artists from the harmful effects of AI, and online safety for TikTok's users. We have been working to address these and related issues with our other platform partners. For example, our artist-centric initiative is designed to update streaming's remuneration model and better reward artists for the value they deliver to platforms. In the months since its inception, we're proud that this initiative has been received so positively and taken up by a range of partners, including the largest music platform in the world. We've also moved aggressively to embrace the promise of AI while fighting to ensure artists' rights and interests are protected now and far into the future. In addition, we've engaged a number of our platform partners to try to drive positive change for their users and by extension our artists by addressing online safety issues, and we are recognizing as the industry leader in focusing on music's broader impact on health and wellness. On AI, TikTok is allowing the platform to be flooded with AI generated recordings, as well as developing tools to enable, promote, and encourage AI music creation on the platform itself, and then demanding a contractual right which would allow this content to massively dilute the royalty pool for human artists, in a move that is nothing short of sponsoring artist replacement by AI. So I guess besides them not being able to come to agreement in terms of how much money is going to be involved within this contract, it looks like Universal Music Group isn't really too happy about TikTok promoting AI generated recordings of music on their platform. And I mean, I'll be honest here, my opinion on that is I really don't like AI generated music because it's just generated by a fucking computer. It's not the real thing. There was no talent involved with making this masterpiece, because I mean, I guess a lot of AI music is good, but at the same time it just doesn't feel the same because, you know, it's AI generated. And being someone like myself who's really into listening to music and things like that, and even wanting to get into music myself and playing instruments, I don't know, I see AI music and I'm like, no man, I'm sorry, that's just I don't think that's something we should be doing, especially not for original songs. I mean, I guess if you want to use it for like background music, you generate a song or like a background track for your video, like I understand that more, and that would actually be pretty cool. But just like using AI generated music as a way to get rich quick or whatever, and to blow up for something that you didn't even make yourself, like I don't really like it. But that's just my opinion on that. Now, when it comes down to the situation, I'm not too sure who's in the right or who's in the wrong, but all I do know is that music is going to be getting removed from TikTok. Most of your favorite artists who happen to be with UMG, their music will be gone and off the platform. Now, could the music come back? I don't really know. Maybe they'll redo this deal and they'll finally come to an agreement on something, or maybe they won't. But if they don't come to agreement with each other and agree on a deal here, a lot of music will be leaving the platform and a lot of videos on TikTok will be muted. And I know people are going to be frustrated about that. But anyways, I think I'm going to wrap up the video right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you happen to enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe so that the video will get promoted more in the algorithm so more people will see it. Thank you so much for being a member to the channel. Your support really means the world to me, and I really do appreciate your support. Now, with that being said, my name is Breone, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.